no bicycles allowed beyond this point. There's
Miley,
a car driver.
say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, that's a road, dude.
Hello.
What year was the village founded?
It started in about 1814. This mill was built in 1817. And then
She wanted to look really foxy.
Don't make that juice in your
Fox, raccoon, skunk, coyote.
Y'all doing all right today? Doing good. Welcome to Leather Shop.
Thank you.
So do you apply the trade here, or?
I do. Yeah, I'm in the process of making some leather gloves. Had a lady come in the other day. She was wanting a pair of good leather gloves, so I measured her hand up and got some leather the other day. Got one of them cut out and I'm getting ready to cut the second one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I make a lot of stuff.
Favorite part is feeling cow skin.
What cave are we going to?
The first one we have to find.
Okay.
We're going into the cave. Doesn't matter what. Do it boating part. Whoever gets the most go on a cave, then they can do it. Or they don't
Guys, that water's really cold. Actually, it's probably pretty clean.
No. Stinky, icky, gross.
Mine green.
Where's mine?
I want to see you cut the
Right here.
We're gonna do it. We'll cut about halfway down.
No.
Don't lean in there.
I can't really see what he has to say.
Hold on. You ready?
Over here.
Does it go fast? No, are you the
All right, we'll go ahead and get started. What we're gonna do here today is I'm gonna run the last water-powered sawmill left in Indiana. Wow. As far as I've been told. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a history lesson, and then I'll give you a little mechanics of how the machine works, and then we'll fire it up and we'll cut down about halfway. I usually only cut about halfway because it takes a long time, and by the time you get halfway, you've lost most of your audience. All right, as far as history, the big mill behind you was built in 1817 by a couple of brothers named Thomas and Cuthbert Bullitt down around Louisville, Kentucky. They built the mill, operated it until about 1823. In 1823, they sold it to a couple of fellows from Philadelphia named Montgomery. Now, the Montgomerys never even came to the village. They never saw it. They knew what they bought, and they knew that the Bullets were making a lot of money. They wanted in on it. So they bought the mill and all the surrounding property. They never came here, but they did invest. They added the tavern up at the far end of the valley to take care of the stagecoach traffic. It's more of a bed and breakfast than a drinking establishment. They added the distillery, which used the miller's toll of the corn. The miller would grind your corn for 8%. With that 8%, he would make whiskey, and you feed the spent mash to the hogs. So he had 3 ways of making money off your corn. In 1824, they added the sawmill. This is not the original sawmill. It was actually a 2-story structure, and the carriage would have been 24 feet long. Operates exactly the same as it did back then. We're still water powered. Like I said, the last water powered mill left in Indiana. It's called a sash saw because the blade is suspended in what looks like a window sash, and it'll raise up and down. It's designed after this saw right here. This is called a whip saw or a pit saw. It has a handle on this end. It had a T-handle on that end. And pit saw does exactly what you would think. They would dig a trench, roll the log over it, and then you got one fella on the top pulling up, another fella in the pit below pulling down. So I'm glad we're demonstrating this and not that. The guy on the top gets a good upper body workout, the guy on the bottom gets a shirt full of sawdust. This operates a lot the same way, only with water power. I'll turn the water on. We've got a 4.5 foot undershot water wheel over here in the pit. It'll start to spin, turns a shaft with a connecting rod, a lot like a piston rod in an automobile. It'll raise and lower this sash, raising and lowering the saw blade. Now as it does that, it'll raise and lower this board, which raises on this end, pivots right here, and comes down on this end and pushes this bar forward. As it pushes this bar forward, it engages the rag wheel and pushes it forward also about 1 click. That operates a shaft, runs under the floor, and there's a gear on either side that advances the carriage into the saw blade. Now the other 2 sawmills that ran on this property at that time had a different mode of operation. They had notches cut in the floor and an iron bar and a couple of sturdy fellas that would hook in the floor and push, and they would push the carriage all the way down, 24 feet down. When they got finished with the cut, they would push 24 feet back. Again, I'm glad we're demonstrating this and not that. The wood that we cut here all comes from here in the park property. They're fall down trees. The maintenance crew will cut them over the winter time, store them up there, and then as I need a log, they'll bring one down. We'll cut it into strips, and then I'll take it up to the wood shop and use it to make things for here in the village. All right, I think I've covered about everything. We're going to turn some water on. We'll run it for a while. I would ask that you make sure all of the kids stay off the platform. We can't have anybody on this side of the fence. There is not a single thing over here that's OSHA approved. We'll turn it on and we'll show you how it comes.
Sleepy. Miley's sleepy.
Okay, just
Her hands got cold.
Oh.
Sorry.
Alright. Don't grab anything, okay?
Cornmeal is our corn coming through this, to our consistency. But right now we're out. Well, yes.
You want some?
You go through the state, there's a lot of red tape.
Guys, don't touch anything.
Daddy, so we can't buy it.
Like 60 books on how to use leeches. How to use leeches. How to use leeches. How to use leeches.
Where they used to hold the meetings and
That's
everything.
where they make all the meat.
And what's the question today? Oh, so it's interesting.
I didn't get to see him last year for Music Weekend. I had COVID. So we had an intimate crew. Yeah, I was to say. But now COVID is gone. And not really gone, but it's gone enough. And we have them here and I'm so excited. So it makes me so happy. And I know a lot of you are going to be like snakes that seek the sun because it's kind of chilly out today.
Daddy.
I'm sorry I'm freezing you guys. Okay, well if you get really, really cold, you can sit right here. In the little tiny corner. But anyway, I will leave you guys alone. Very excited this is great.
Oh, where did you get those high top shoes? And that dress that you wear so fine. I got my shoes from a railroad and then my dress from a driver in a mine. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Oh, where have you been, my pretty little girl? Where have you been so long? I've been in the pen with the rough and rowdy men, and honey, I'm going back again. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. I'll pawn you my watch and I'll pawn you my chain. I'll pawn you my gold wedding ring to pay my little girl's fine. I'll pawn you my wagon and my team. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high, up high, my little girl. Up high, up high.